This is the Mojo, the Meaning of Life and Business podcast, where life and business intersect. Hosted by Jennifer Glass, CEO of Business Growth Strategies International and BGSI Coaching. We are dedicated to your success. Hello and welcome to another episode of Mojo, the Meaning of Life and Business. One of the things that I try and normally stay away from when it comes to business kind of conversations is talking about politics. But in the last several weeks, there's been a lot of things that have been happening in the political world here in the United States. And as for those of you that really know me very well, you know that I am very interested and involved in the political system here in the United States. And so it's something that I wanted to discuss with you as part of this show, again, because the meaning of life and business is so important, and how politics really takes a hand in some of those different pieces. So the first piece that obviously is big is last Saturday, or a week ago Saturday, was the attempted assassination of former President Donald J. Trump. We know that violence is never the answer, and it doesn't matter right, left wing, whether you're supporting Donald Trump, you're not supporting Donald Trump. It really doesn't matter. Politics is never the answer. We know that Mahatma Gandhi was very big on civil disobedience and the idea of just being against the government without violence. It was peaceful protests. We've seen protests over the years, especially 2020. Many protests got very violent. We've seen after October 7th, many of the protests get violent. We've seen violence in Mexico of the people that were running for office that were being harmed or altogether assassinated by the people that were trying to keep them from power in order to put the people that they wanted in office. Then we have President Biden, who over the weekend this week said that he was stepping aside. One of the things, and you have to appreciate the fact that President Biden did what is in the best interest of our nation above himself. One of the things, if you go back to the generation of the late Bob Dole, the late John McCain, these were people who were really putting country over self, putting everything before putting nation and country above anything else. It's really important when we look at what is in the best interest of the United States and her citizens and the world at large, to really be thinking about what is it that's going to be making that difference. How are we really going to be shaping the world in the next 10, 20 years if we have these leaders that are not in a position to really be delivering the best that they can possibly be delivering? I am thankful that Donald J. Trump was saved from that bullet. In 1981, when John Hinckley shot at President Reagan, we were in the same position. Thank God Ronald Reagan was not harmed. There have been, or not killed. There have been many instances, though, unfortunately, throughout our nation's history of our leaders being assassinated. And not only our political leaders, but our community leaders. We've seen that, unfortunately, too many times. Violence in any means is not acceptable. We need to understand that the meaning of life says that we need to really be looking at what is it that brings value to others? What is it that brings hope, peace, value, love, community? These are the things that if we strive for them, we can be creating a more perfect union. Our nation is broken. There's no question our nation is broken. We have seen the divisiveness that exists in our nation for quite a few years now. It has been broken. We need to see, and I'm not saying let's sit around a campfire and sing Kumbaya, but we are seeing a way, though, that we need to be finding better solutions to the ideas and to the ways that we can be doing better. It is my hope that as we continue looking out over the next several months through the rest of the presidential election season and beyond, that we are going to find ways to unite, because there's so much more that really does unite us than divide us. We are one people. We are Americans. We are one species. We are human. Everyone around the world, white, black, Asian, Latino, Jewish, Muslim, Christian, Buddhist, any religion, any walk of life, LGBT, straight, anything. We are all human. Thomas Jefferson said, "We hold these truths to be self evident: life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness." The more that we can really live up to the ideals of our forefathers, understanding that all men are created equal, and that doesn't mean that women are not, it doesn't mean that if you are from a different race that you are not. Everyone is created equal. God gave us his special spirit to make us in his form. Whether you're atheist or you are of a religion, we all believe that there is a divine, spiritual, nature, whatever being that created us. There is a reason that we are here. There is a reason that we are still here today on this planet, and that is to leave it in a better way than we found it. That means that we really need to be doing whatever it is that we need to do in order to ensure a more perfect union and a better world for everyone involved. The world of the 8 billion plus people living in this planet, we know it is extremely important. We are all, believe it or not, directly connected. We see even more in the last 100 years how globally connected we are. 100 some odd years ago, during the Great Spanish Flu, we didn't have the kind of growth that we had today. So the Spanish flu pandemic was not as quickly spread as the COVID pandemic was. And the COVID pandemic, whether you believe it to be a hoax, whether you believe it to be real science, is besides the point. We saw how many people were sickened by COVID. We saw how many people came together. After 9/11, you walked down many streets in our nation and you saw flags hanging out from virtually every house in many, many communities. As a 9/11 survivor, and I've spoken about this on many occasions in the past, I saw exactly what happened on that day. I have relatives who were in the Holocaust. We saw how deprivation, or the depravity of the human mind, can really cause tremendous problems. The 8 plus billion people on this planet, we are all connected. Again, we are one species. We are all human. What it comes down to is we need to understand that we can and we must create a brighter and better future for everyone on this planet. As a business coach, I work with people all the time, trying to help them come up with a better solution to what they can do to increase their own leads, revenues, and opportunities, thereby increasing the value of their business, bringing more people to work for them, and increasing the community, lifting up the community literally by having more disposable income in their business, hiring more people, giving money to the communal organizations that depend on everything that they do, and more. In politics, we see the same possibility. We have to understand how the government is there to support us. It is not there for a handout. It is there to support us. When we need the helping hand, it is there to give it to us. But it is not something that is meant to take away all of our rights. The Constitution in the United States, under the 10th Amendment, specifically said that anything that is not explicitly given to the federal government is granted to the states. That does mean very often certain things that we may not want to hear, that states' rights should decide. I believe that we should allow states to decide a lot of issues. There's certain things where the federal government does need more control on, though, so that we don't end up with a patchwork of states. This state is okay, this state is not okay, for a lot of rules. But we also have to understand how everyone's vote, everyone's voice is equal. But it's up to you to actually go to the poll and express your vote to really make that heard. We know that the elections are safe. We've heard from CISA, we've heard from various government entities that the 2020 elections were safe. If you don't believe it or you do believe it, that's a whole other conversation. But we have heard from the government that it was safe. We have heard that one vote can make a difference. Again, what is it that you are going to be doing? Are you going to be putting your interests ahead of the nation, or are you going to put the nation ahead of all? It's my hope that as we continue looking at the next 4 months and beyond, as I said, that we are going to see a brighter and more prosperous future for all of us. On that note, this has been another episode of Mojo, the meaning of life and business. And until next time, here's to your success. This has been another episode of Mojo, the meaning of life and business podcast. If you like what you heard, please consider leaving us a review, liking us, or reaching out to us. You can contact us at bgsicoaching.com and let us know what you think. Thanks so much again for listening.